Hello, you incredible friends. This is your pal, Edward Ziers speaking. I trust you well and hope life is good. Now, just to let you know, I'm doing this interview at 10 o'clock at night my time, so excuse me if I'm a little bit groggy. I've got heaps of liquid coffee right here. So I'm talking to my friend from Florida. Now, he's an Italian guy. He's brilliant. He is known as the LinkedIn Sports Machine, and he's an author of the book, The Legendary Adventures of the Baseball Fan. And I asked this great guy about his achievements. Baseball enthusiast, he's a family man, and in 2019 he visited 24 of 30 Major League Baseball stadiums in the United States and Canada in 2019. The guy's incredible. And we've got with us Chris Stanisci. How are you, Chris?
Excellent, Edward. How you doing, my friend?
Now, I've got to say, you are the LinkedIn Sports Machine because you are the ultimate sports guy I know on LinkedIn. Tell us, Chris, why are you into sports so much? What does sports mean to you?
It's just a passion that I love. It's a big hobby, and I'm just excited about it. I got a lot of, I don't know, just a big hobby.
Let's say, what are you wearing? You're wearing some sports memorabilia. What cap and what T-shirt are you wearing?
That's the San Diego Padres and the Nashville Predators hockey team.
And there you go. And I've got to say, we've known each other for quite a while on LinkedIn. And out of LinkedIn, you are really the only guy, which I think is awesome, that has taken the title of a LinkedIn sports influencer. What it's like, I'll say this, you are the first guy to become a sports guy on LinkedIn, like a sports influencer. What are your thoughts on that one, Chris?
That's pretty amazing. You know, I've heard that there's, there are some snide remarks that there's no baseball fans on LinkedIn. You know, I think that's kind of crazy, being that that there's sports reporters from all over the country, and there's people from Major League Baseball on LinkedIn. So I think that's just a silly statement that I heard one time from some clown at that gig.
I remember that actually, because you've taken off as an absolute sports influencer on LinkedIn, and yeah, a bunch of people said no one on baseball fans on LinkedIn. You just have the whole baseball management team and all the team owners on LinkedIn. Isn't it incredible?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
Now, I was going to ask you about sports and LinkedIn and that sort of thing, actually. Because again, I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn. I mean, you're a sports guy on LinkedIn. It turns out that all the top sports guys are all active on LinkedIn. What's your whole experiences there, Chris?
Yeah, I made a lot of connections with people from Major League Baseball and people from and news reporters and all that stuff. So out of my 10,000, almost 11,000 connections, that I have several from the world of sports. So to say that there aren't any sports fans on LinkedIn is just a snide remark. So whoever that was, I even forgot who that was, but whoever said that is, I don't know, silly.
Yeah. And in fact, I think you said the person who said there aren't sports people on LinkedIn, you described them as a clown, I remember.
That's right. Yeah, I said they were a clown. Yeah.
So I was going to say as well, you've written a book, Chris. What's your book about? Can you tell us about your wonderful book?
Yeah, it's about my travels around the country watching baseball. It's got a national parks, it's got cheerleaders, it's got mascots, it's got beautiful Hooters girls in there, and it's just a fun book. It's a lot of cool pictures.
Yeah, and just for the sake of the audience, and I just wanted to sort of define it. So again, we've got a global audience here. When we say Hooters, we're talking about the American sort of restaurant concept. And basically, how do you describe Hooters in a nutshell to anyone across the world who's never experienced a Hooters experience?
A lot of wings, a lot of beer, a lot of sports, a lot of girls.
Yeah, and basically, if you want all the beer, you want all the wings, you have amazing girls who are all dressed up in very skimpy sportswear, and they all rely on heavy tips, I understand. That's how Hooters works.
Correct. Yes, that's exactly right.
Now, the reason why I bring up Hooters is that you are the first guy ever on LinkedIn to put photos of you and Hooters girls all over LinkedIn. I've never seen anyone else do it.
Yeah, I'm not just a sports machine. I'm a fun machine, right?
You are. And I'll tell you what, in a very short space of time, you've built such a following, because I think what you represent is a lot of fun. And I was going to say, actually, and I was sort of ask this on behalf of the wonderful audience, why, like, you are taking off on LinkedIn as the LinkedIn sports machine. Why do you, I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours first. Why do you think you're so successful at LinkedIn? What are the attributes about you that make you so successful there?
it's I'm unique. You know, they like you said, you haven't seen anybody else like me on LinkedIn. So that's what I've been taking off with. Just very unique.
And I love it. And I was going to say, obviously, as we're doing this video, it's the height of the Corona season, and it must have been hard for you because I guess last year was a busy baseball year, and this year all the stadiums are closed. How are you keeping up your sports influencing during the time of Corona and all that?
I've been just sharing different empty ballparks and did different countdown parks. I have a new series coming out pretty soon where I'll go with different players that I think are my favorite players from all the different teams. So I just keep thinking of different ideas to make things work.
I love it. And you know what I love about sports, Chris? And I know you obviously agree with me on this one. You would agree with me more than me asking the question. You know what I love about sports? There's no political correctness. There's no BS. It's all about you are assessed on how capable you are. What are your thoughts on that one?
I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's how the players hit the ball, swing the bat, pitch the ball, catch the ball. There's no politics involved in it. It's just a fun thing to talk about.
And, the thing is, and I'll just be honest with you and the audience, I'm not really that much into sports per se, right? Per se. Like, I'm not really into basketball or baseball or anything like that. But you know what I love about sports? I love the fun culture and how it brings everyone together. What's your take on the vibe and the culture of big sporting events and that type of thing?
Well, you were telling me, I think one of the days that you were from St. Louis and you had fun in the Midwest. When you not from St. Louis, but you went to St. Louis on a big business trip. You were there for a couple of weeks and you had a good time enjoying the culture. And there's a lot of people that do enjoy it. I mean, it's the Major League Baseball. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so it's a fun thing. It's a lot of passion. A lot of passionate people about the sports. So it's just fun.
And that's what I love about it. That's to me what I love about sports and baseball. And I think what you've been able to do, and this is the reason why you're taking off so quickly on LinkedIn, is that you've taken that fun culture of baseball and you've brought it into LinkedIn. And again, I'm connected to tens of thousands of people across the world, and you are the guy bringing sports to LinkedIn, and I think that's incredible. The LinkedIn Sports Machine.
Yeah. Well, I tried flexing the title around the sports fan, the sports guru, but I think the sports machine is just a fun title to have. I like that, the LinkedIn Sports Machine, and I've discussed it with you, and you think obviously you said that you'd enjoy it too, and I see several other people that have commented on the title and said they love it, so it's pretty fun title to have.
And I love it. And I just want to say, I don't want to ask anything confidential here because I respect what you're working on, but you're speaking to some top A-list people in the baseball sports industry right now. Again, I'm not asking for names because obviously that's all confidential, but where are you going with this? What are you trying to do and what are your big goals and where are you taking the LinkedIn Sports Machine show?
Well, I'm working on different book deals. I have a couple of literary agents that are throwing out that they want to get involved in my projects. So I guess I'm trying to just build an audience for my books.
Gotcha. And once you have that audience, and what are some of your big dreams? Where do you want to go with this? Like, do you want to be on TV? Do you want to have like millions of viewers and that sort of thing with your whole baseball, the LinkedIn baseball machine? Where are you going with it all?
Exactly right. I love to be on TV. I love to be a big household name. That's what I'm trying to go with this. Just become a famous celebrity.
I like it. I got to say, I love where you're going. And I got to say, there is something about your style that is so powerful. I mean, you don't shave, you wear the baseball cap, you got the glasses. You're just like, to me, you're the ultimate sport. You are the embodiment of the positivity of American sports.
Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
That's a question. You are a baseball guy, I guess, but what are you into other sports much at all? Or you're just mostly baseball?
No, I love soccer. I love hockey. I love basketball. But yeah, I love it all. Football, American football.
Oh, that's just incredible. So I was going to ask you, what's your advice? Now you are really taking off as an influencer on LinkedIn, obviously as the sports machine. What's your advice to other people who want to become influencers on LinkedIn? What's your big advice to them to help them become madly successful?
Get a good mentor like yourself, and pick their brain and see what they get some good feedback on how to become an influencer.
And you were saying before the uniqueness as well, because I got to say, from a LinkedIn point of view, you are the most uniquest guy there. How did you come up with that uniqueness?
I don't know. I just kind of had fun with it. Just try to see where it goes and try to build a brand image. So just a fun thing to do.
And I think you've said it. I think your secret is you've brought a lot of fun to LinkedIn, and that's why people are really flocking behind you and getting into your message and what you do.
Yes, I think that's the key to being successful is to bring something unique that people enjoy. I think that's the biggest thing. That if they don't enjoy it, then there's no point in doing it. But I think people do enjoy it, so it is fun.
It's a pleasure. And I was just going to say as well, just some closing thoughts. Again, we've all had a rough time, across the world. Again, just for the sake of the audience, we're doing this video in late April 2020. We're coming towards the end of Corona, so Corona's still on, but it's not as bad as what it was. What's your advice to people as the world reopens? What's some of your positive words of encouragement to people around the world watching in light of what's happened with Corona?
Well, I think things are going to start picking up again. I think we'll get back to what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I think we'll pick up the pieces and become good again. So I think it took the wind out of us, but it didn't kill us. So I think we got some excitement to build on, some promise for the future. So I think that's it.
And you're from Florida, right? Don't you get attacked by hurricanes like every month or something like that in Florida?
Yeah. There's a lot of hurricanes, especially in the fall. We just had some big ones. Hurricane Michael was there in 2018. That was a category 5 that hit Mexico Beach, Panama City areas. That was a major one. That was huge.
Crazy. And just another follow-up question as well. Now, we were talking about this before. You come from an Italian background, and I have to say, we were talking about this before. Who is the greatest actor that has ever existed?
Al Pacino. The guy is hilarious. He's so funny. He's crazy. He's a good guy. He's my favorite actor. And I think you said he's your favorite too.
Absolutely. I'm not even Italian. Everyone thinks I'm Italian, but I'm not. But I gotta say, Al Pacino is the greatest actor ever, is all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris. I'm just gonna say it's been great having you on this interview. It's been an absolute pleasure. And before we go, what closing thoughts do you have for our wonderful and beautiful viewers across the world?
Sports will reopen. The stadiums will be packed again. And please check out my books. Thank you so much.
Hey, oh, just one quick thing. I know you're on the road traveling for business right now, but you don't have a book with you by any chance, do you?
No, not with me right now. No.
We'll have to do it again. But quick question: how can people get in contact with you, and how can people buy your book?
My book is available on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble's bookstore online. It's at the publisher's website. And all my information is on my profile, so you can check out my profile and send me an email or text message, whatever.
Sounds good. Chris, I was going to say thank you for being with us. It's an absolute honor to have you with us on our show, and I'm going to say you are a great guy. Keep up the sports, and Chris, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Edward. Have a good one.